Oh, good morning, folks. Hey, it's Shooter. Welcome to Primary Waves. Of course, at the end of our presentation, please do review our disclosures. Let's jump right into it. IIPR, Innovative Properties Trust, has been on a radar for a while here. And we're back testing the breakout line right at the moment. Right at the 50-day. Next target is an intermediate wave 1 at 127.94 or thereabouts. MTR really tested this base. We're starting to push a little bit towards the 8-day. We get above that, then maybe we get back above the 200-day. And I think 73 is on deck for first quarter or second quarter of 2024. Looking at Intel, nice candle last week. Just a fantastic strength here. So maybe 44.15 on our intermediate wave 3, a back test, to maybe 41. So we do almost a W, but like it's an M. Okay, so a pop, a drop, a pop, and another drop. And, then next entry will come in around $38. Square, nice recovery here as well. I actually think this could have some significant upside going into next year. Should track well with Bitcoin. Looking for maybe 105 by the second quarter, I think, which is a significant move, maybe the third quarter, but it should be a good move on our intermediate wave 1. Now, the question there is we get a decent back test, maybe 64, at least the way the cap structure is here. That doesn't mean it gets euphoric and continues, because that can always occur. But right now we have a very broad recovery channel, sort of that slow grind higher, but with a broader spread between the price. Now, looking at Google, nice recovery. 3 candles here, looking for a target of maybe 157. Then maybe we get a back test to around 145, 148 range. Now we do really need to stay above this 382 here on this look, because this is our trend support way the heck down here, our major one. We have an eternal support that's a little higher. I can't actually draw it on this chart at the moment because it's already printed. But, we would need to stay above our 2 here at 119.37. Otherwise, we could back test that trend support. Looking at Apple, back above the original high on the breakout. So this is drive 1, this is drive 2, right? Except for we have no confirmation here, but we have confirmation structure here that we built up with 4 legs to it. So chances are this is drive 1, this will be drive 2, and then there'll be a drive 3 at some point way the heck up here that builds out. So structurally, this looks very sound with the upside. Really has a good chance we stay right above that breakout line. We don't get below it, but we could back test it here. Just with the look, it looks like it's going to be a shallow back test according to the count as well. Well, folks, that's what I have for the public version today. Great trading. Until next time. Now, taking a look at KKR, nice recovery here. Really, targeting 74 on our intermediate wave 4 with maybe a back test down to 69, then we put in our 77 and we get another back test. So again, a reverse W look here, which are usually pretty consistent in manifesting. So I would think we do back test our 50% back here on this look. Taking a look at Disney, maybe 96, then we get a back test to around 88. Now I don't have a next entry signal there, but that would be my target to enter if I did not have a position on. Oxy. We're still in this flat. Now, I will say this. Oil is coming off the sector. We're reflecting the slowdown, so to speak, in Asia. So without any additional catalyst, we could be here for a little while. So I would think the 78 in Oxy is the end of the first quarter at best, and probably the second quarter without an oil catalyst. Let me put it that way. All right, Amazon, nice breakout here. We're going to head not much higher, about 153. I've got a note there to take partials because our super cycle or our cycle wave 4 is going to be pretty deep down there, about $25 lower to around 127. Now, Microsoft, nice breakout as well, just euphoric. We get up to this 396. I like 410 calls off of that because, again, that cycle wave 3, cycle wave 4 is going to be fairly deep down around 360. Now, PLTR finally got a bullish flip on this one, looking for maybe 22, then a back test to 20. Now, that $20 is where you really want to load for 30s. So, a $30 call 3-4 months out, and or you can just go right out and buy January 2025 $30 calls, and those will pay very well. That is a nice trade right there. All right, look at NFE, New Fortress Energy. Nice push right to the breakout line, not above it. We need to close above 37.80 to get above our original peak here before we saw some price rejection, much like here. So I would suspect that we do something similar, but this one is more likely to break out because it's drive three. Drive one, drive two, drive three is what? An overshoot, or has the most likely outcome of becoming an overshoot. Gemma, now this back, nice base, this structure in RSI is indicating that we have found the bottom. We just need a catalyst to get us up and out of this. The count is very bullish to the upside, maybe $28 from where we are here at 293. So significant move to the upside. I would start scaling if you don't, based on that info. Generac, we're in this flat here. Now this is a counter trend trade. It really is not a position trade because we're going to bounce up on our B. So this is our A, this is our B, and then our C is going to be here. So, equality is probably going to be lower than that 62, but at this point it's reflecting it's going to be shallow, because this is sort of an extended A, which happens often. The main concern that I have with Generac here is that this B ends up becoming shallow. Right here, this 356 ends up coming in maybe around the 200-day, around 217, and then we roll back up. All right, look at Fifth Third Bank. I mean, we're building this night. If the count suggests we're heading to the upside, we really don't have anything, in the plug and play in banking. So, looking for 34, but I still think this could break down. So we close below that 22.25. I'd be out if you do put a position on it. Now, FCX, we're rolling out this flat. Dr. Copper, the commodity, is telling me that our floor might be in, our base might be in. So, maybe start scaling in here again. Looking at EPR, we're in this flat. We've done well. We've basically put it in a double bottom. RSI really didn't confirm as much as I would like. We're sort of in the middle road here. So we do need to get up and above the 50% back, around $58, and of course stay there. But ultimately our intermediate wave target is about 61.90, and then intermediate wave, sorry, my label's wrong, should say a 4. It should be around 53. Digital Realty Trust. Now second breakout, nice breakout on this leg, nice follow through, should target around 142, pretty solid look there, even though I have a bias against real estate right now. But hey, count is what the count is. Blackstone, okay, maybe heading for this 116, our primary wave 1, primary 2 should come back in a little bit lower than that. So your next entry long would be down there at 91 if you don't have a position. But honestly, I would even scale here and trim to the upside because that's a pretty aggressive move to the upside. It might not back test that deep, just being very candid. We've seen a lot of shallow counts when they get euphoric on these moves. Okay, Warner Brothers Discovery, maybe 21 with a back test of 15 on our intermediate waves. Back test to 18, so this will be shallow. Here again, another W, but it's shown as an M. Pop, drop, and drop again. Kind of look. I'd love to ride this all the way back up to 50% back up at $40. Nice move. Now, Uber is just Uberish, uber strong. It's back. Look at those candles. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. If we slice right through this February 21 resistance, that 101 is on deck in the next quarter. That's pretty aggressive. Looking at Tesla. This thing's still a hot mess, but I still like it long. The spreads have just continually been increasing on this. In other words, the daily range between where buyers and sellers are, and as long as that continues to grow, what it's telling me is there's a hell of a battle going on here. And when somebody wins, it's going to just go in that direction. So either it's going to flush here. Now, my main point is 1, 2, we haven't gotten our 3 to the downside. So we still can get one more 3. So we can get one last flush and then go. But if you look at the history of this tape, it likes drive 1, drive 2, boom, it pushes. Drive 1, drive 2, pushes. Okay. Drive 1, drive 2, pushes. Okay. So we got drive 1, drive 2. What should we most likely do? Just push. That's my thought. Looking at TDOC, just holding this on. This is just, I've got a Mentis where TDOC is. Well, I guess I have to fix that, huh? I lost my TDOC chart. We'll go back and edit that. So let's look at a Mentis. Nice base. We should, ultimately move in a bullish direction here. Maybe towards that $8 resistance again. I think we do back test that one more time. Now, whether or not we put in a higher high there, will still yet to be seen. I think that's going to be more based on the catalyst that's going to hit this at that point. So let's look at the sells. BRKB, if you have covered calls, I'd probably cover them because this is going to be a 3, 4, and a 5. We're going to go up to about 388. Vicky just continually looks bearish here. Covered calls around 29. If you're going to hold it as a position trade, I wouldn't even hesitate to buy a few puts right at the money there on that one. But I'd go about 6 or 8 weeks out. American Tower, our minor wave 2 should be in around 200, and then we're heading towards that 131 maybe. Ford, looks to me like we're heading just a little bit lower, maybe $8. Now I'd sell some cash here, puts down there. Permian, First Industrial Realty, looks like we're heading a little bit lower as well, maybe 45, and then we head lower towards about 38 for our primary wave 3. Now, Kinder Morgan, the oil patch is rough right now. It really is. Kinder Morgan is one of those that like to roll over. And we got this kind of thing the last time we had a little rough spot, where we thought the economy was going to stall out again. And it tends to, be very emotional according to the markets. So if we do head lower, that would weigh on indices, I think. As a group. So we should target maybe 13, but then, our recovery should be pretty strong. We should have a nice pop off of that low once we put it in. Now, Paramount, just this slow bleed lower, it looks like my trend or my speed line is going to get breached and we're going to head towards that $5. PLD, maybe 112, and then we should head lower, maybe to around 92. Now that's where I would sell some puts. You could sell some covered calls up here if you wanted to. I don't think it gets back above that, but I would sell closer to the 200-day just to give yourself a little room, earn a little premium. AT&T, maybe this around $18, and then we come back again. Now, again, that W look, boom, boom, boom. So we got this pop, drop, pop, drop, pop. And then we head for our next leg lower. Now, what you should do with those counts is if you're going to trade the W's, you really need to follow the Elliott wave counts and position yourself on either side and use the weekly charts to accomplish that. Now, Nvidia is my last chart today. And the irony here is this looks like it's going to give it all back. Just like we did here. We had this wonderful grind up and we gave it all back. We have this wonderful grind up here. We could push a little higher. Actually, this looks like a leg 1 to me. So we could get a leg 2 and a leg 3 way back up here and then give it all back and still test that same trend support. But right now, the count suggests that we're going to back test this trend support because we have no back test here. None. This isn't classic. This is a breakout ledge. Okay. So it really depends on how euphoric this B is up here. If we actually get up and above where we put in a higher high. So at this point, I would be cautious holding a long position, but that's just my thought. I mean, there are better places within the plug and play to hold some cash versus Nvidia at this point. So, but thanks for visiting with us this weekend. Have a great holiday, folks. Until next time.